Hi Chandima, you can hear me? Everyone can hear me?
Can hear
Just,
loud
yeah,
and clear.
yeah. Saturagni, hi. Thanks for opening the camera. Um,
Hi.
yeah, Erosion, okay. Now you are there. Right, okay. Right. This is just to get you guys on track. Um, I mean, some guys at sharp 5:30, 5:30 to 6 is rather off time. I'm trying to catch you up for a lecture for 2 hours. It's crazy. But anyway, happy to see you guys here. Right. What I'll do is, this is going to be very interesting. It's the topic that I've been given is new product development, which is something that I really love. Um, okay, let me share the screen. So I'll start in a very different way. All right. Happy New Year to all.
Wish you the same.
Happy
Right.
New Year.
Okay. Now I need you all to talk for a minute. What's new? When you wish Happy New Year, what's new? What is new for you guys? Can you tell me a bit? What's new? We wish no Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We wish everyone a Happy New Year. So what's new? Can someone tell me? Chandima, since you're on screen, what's new? මොනවද අලුත්? සුබ අලුත් අවුරුද්දක් ඒවා කියලා කියනනේ. So අලුත් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? මොනවද අලුත් අපිට? ඔයාට මොනවද අලුත්? අලුත් වෙලාද? එහෙම නැත්නම් අලුත් වෙන්න යනවද? Why you wish Happy New Year?
Uh, because something which we want to achieve in the coming year, which we've actually been planning and dreaming of.
Okay. So what's new? Now, for me to wish you, Chantima, Happy New Year, I have to have something new with me. And I know I'm going to achieve it. Right. And I'm going to wish you Happy New Year. But what's new? Can we wish someone Happy New Year without me becoming new? Good question, right? Never thought about it. Because the topic is new product development. I want to know what's new. What's new today? What's new tomorrow? What's new for 360 days that's going to come? Ranga, Chaturangani, Bhaskaran, can you all tell me what's new? Can you wholeheartedly wish someone saying Happy New Year without saying new? What's new? Right. See, this is the very question I always um, tend to ask from people, Chantima. Since you're on screen, I'm talking to you. See what resolutions we have. Right. Guys, talk to me so that I can really give more value to this lecture because new product development is something that I really love. But my question is, okay, we have to have something new, resolutions, goals, objectives, targets, isn't it? Everyone has it. Everyone has it. You all have,
Yeah.
right. And Chaturang, Chandima, you all have a diary which is very new, just 4 leaves, just passed, and the fifth leaf is there, and the front leaf of the diary you all have written. Okay, these are my resolution, these are my goals, these are my objectives. All done, all aligned. No. I mean, before you, yeah,
Uh,
Chandriya, go ahead.
Actually, struggling
Huh?
to find a diary,
What
struggling to find a diary these days.
okay, but if there's any notebook where you write about your New Year resolutions, goals, nothing?
Not really, not really.
Okay. So meaning, okay, let's go to the other slide. See, the meaning of um, new is produced, right, or introduced. or discovered recently, or now for the first time, not existing before. Right? This is the exact meaning of the word new. Okay. Um, so you have to produce something from you. First of all, why I love the word new is that I can't live without a new thing. Every day there has to be something new, some new challenge has to come in, right? And I need to introduce something, either an idea or a thought or something that I need to introduce. Every day I do that. I put something into someone's lives, or discovered recently, or discovered for the first time. It was not existing before, right? This is how you need to new your life or renew your life, right? You need to introduce, discover recently, or now for the first time, not existing before, right? So you have to know the wholeheartedly. You all have to know the meaning of new. Otherwise, you can't understand this whole thing, right? If you look at MJ, one of my favorites, Michael Jackson. I mean, this is how he started his career, kind of black, but he eventually went through a huge transformation process. And every year, every day, he started becoming new. He changed his clothes, changed his style, changed his hairstyle, he changed his skin color, and unfortunately, he was suffering from a terrible injury that he was trying to record a Pepsi, what do you call a commercial, and his hair was full of substance that can keep the hair together. These little waves of his hair, and suddenly the shoot was over, but the producer said, "Let's take one more time." And unfortunately, something happened on top of his head, and then his hair started burning, and he never knew he was dancing with his hair on fire, and then it gone into his scalp, and he had a serious burn injuries. And for that, until his death, he was taking painkillers after painkillers. He was not into drugs, but he was into painkillers, severe painkillers. But he rocked the world. He was just a black guy, a very poor guy from a very poor black family in USA, and he rose to fame. He renewed himself totally, and he came as a huge character, right? And if you look at Yohani, I'm known to him. I've known to her. Sorry, she was just a YouTuber, and later on, she made her mark by saying Manike song, and she rose to the fame. So everyone has to have this new thing in their life to understand what is this new story is all about. Okay. Right. So what to be new in you this year? That has to be your discussion point after this. Think about seriously, guys. Don't live without anything new in your life. Every day, at least tell your kids a little story that you know, but the kid will see it as a new story. Put a new thought in someone's head, and renew yourself, right? And always run for targets. First, you have to be target oriented and get some new stuff for you. Read new news, right? Don't read sad news. Read positive news so that you can see that what is new in you, right? So, everyone okay? Am I making sense to you guys? Some guys want to leave and come back. That's okay. But am I making sense? See, my advice before I start is this person who came all of a sudden and talking about new stuff is that um, have every time love what is new, right? And life will revolves around a risk, and the risk can be taken if you have a very innovative and creative mind to absorb or introduce or reintroduce or renew yourself, to introduce something new to someone. Okay. So let me give you a little introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Hashan Travis Haputantri. Let me go back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Right. See, I'm not a studious guy, though I lecture at a university. During my school days, I was not at all a studious guy, but I got through my O levels, and I told my mom is a lawyer and my dad is a Navy officer, and I told them, look, I want to go and work. So I started my life as a journalist, and then in 1991, I moved as a sales rep to Coca-Cola. Entry as a trainee sales rep, and I rose to the positions of assistant area sales manager by within 4 years. And 1995 to 1998, I was taken to CallLink. Now it is Hutchinson into mobile phones. What do you call selling? Yeah. I was a marketing executive, and then senior marketing executive and sector head. So I climbed up very fast. And then my best turnaround, what do you call, turning point in my life, I became a trainee brand executive, JL Morrison's in 1998 for 5 years, and I moved up to senior brand manager. So from within 10 years, of my life, I had captured and I moved up to senior level in marketing, sales, and branding, right? And then um, in 2003, I had the chance to get into Melbourne Biscuits Manufacturers as a brand manager, and then moved up to category manager. 2003 to 6, it's one of the devastating years for Melbourne Biscuits, where Melbourne was hit absolutely crazily by the competitor. And 2006, I got opportunity to fly to Fiji Islands, that is very next to New Zealand, to work in a company called CJ Patel, Fiji, overlooking New Zealand, Australia, Tonga, Samoa, Papua New Guinea, and all those islands in the Pacific region, and then as also the Asian region, as a head of marketing. And that changed my life. That changed my branding life, my marketing, my sales, my corporate journey. That was an absolute thriller experience, because what we do here, it's not what they do over there. And then in 2008, I got a call from Melbourne chairman to rejoin as a head of marketing, and I rejoined in 2009, and I turned around the company. I'll show you how I did it. 2003 to 6, at Melbourne, I was heading new product development. 6 to 9 at overseas assignment, I was the head for new product development. And then from 9 to 12, automatically they wanted me to head the entire NPD process. Then I left Melbourne after turning around the company. And then 2 years I was at overseas assignment, because I wrote a book about brands, about turning around companies, how new product development takes place, because I love innovations and creativity. And then I met a Indian in a flight that I was flying to Delhi. I never knew that was TVS chairman's son. We had a lengthy chat without knowing who he is, but then later on I got a call from United Motors to join as a head of marketing TVS. Again, a company was not doing that great, and with me at the same era, Mr. Ravi Liyanage, who's the CEO, director of Janashakti right now, joined, and it was my luck to work for such a legend. He and I and the entire team turn around TVS. I'll show you, if I had time, what we won. We won the brand of the year, the Slim Brand Excellence Award continuously. Well, we won product brand of the year 2 times, and we became brand of the year in 2017, beating all multinationals and local companies. And then I had a little stint at Sri Lanka Technological Campus as a head of marketing, because I want to come to education, because I love lecturing and being with people like you all. Then 2018 to date, I had a little company called Travis Associates just for nurturing SMEs. 2019 to 2021, I was appointed as a general manager sales and marketing for a startup company called Star Holdings, which brings Star detergents and soaps and all that. And from 21 to date, I'm a strategist. My age is 49, and I'm now working for SLTC as a full-time lecturer. My title goes as senior lecturer, heading the innovation center of SLTC and Trace got together, and I'm heading that project. And also love sports like cricket, basketball, martial arts, and all that. Well, that's my life up to now. And well, this is my academic path. I started as a diploma in marketing, and I moved up to receiving a PhD for business psychology and sports management. So this is my wealth that I earned. Well, there are a lot of awards, but 2010, I managed to get People's Award for Melbourne. And 2012 also I got it for them. And then in 11, Gold Award for Slim Turnaround Brand of the Year for Melbourne Smart Cream Cracker. I'll tell you the story when it goes on. And in 2016, Brand of the Year for TVS. That was one of the biggest achievements in my life. So these are my areas of expertise, innovation to branding, marketing, business management, turnaround companies. So that's my forte. So I'm really happy of what I have achieved. I have authored a book, Asia's first brand philosophy, co-authored 5 Indian books, international lecturer, 5 times brand champion, founder of a concept called GoTing, the next gen marketing, scripted and implemented slim branding diploma syllabus, diploma in strategic brand management, what they have right now. So I'm not an academic, but I'm from the corporate world, and my entire lecture style is basically to teach you how it works in the practical world, right? So now I'll go back to my original lecture. So that's who I am. And here we go. We'll start. Okay. See, new product development is a process. Now I'm going to take you through the absolute theory side of this whole idea. Although the product development process differs by industry, it can essentially be broken down into 7 stages. First is ideation, then you have to do research, then you have to do planning, then you need to do prototyping, you do source, then you need to do costing, and then you need to commercialize the whole thing. So if you put this into a graph or something that you can understand, this is how it goes. So team, remember that every new idea starts from an individual, right? And we get together, and I will share a case study as to how a brand was born, how the competitor was being toppled, and how new product development works. So at the end of my lecture, you'll see a case study. What happened was every new idea starts with an individual, and we get together, we generate ideas, and we don't launch immediately. ඔයාගේ life එකෙත් ඒක වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔයා ideas ගොඩක් කොලේක ලියාගන්න. ලියාගෙන බලන්න මේ idea එක කෝකද මට ගැලපෙන්නේ. මේ අවුරුද්දේ මම මොන අලුත් idea එකද කරන්න යන්නේ. For example, you have to work for your 6 packs. That's an idea. Now you screen the idea after that, right? You screen the idea and see, or screen the ideas and see which idea suits to develop. Then do a concept development and testing, right? Do a little test and see. Go to the gym and start working your stomach out and see whether it can be done, right? If you feel, if you had the guts to do it, yep, then develop your strategy, right? You have to develop your strategy as to how you are going to cope up work and with your physical fitness, right? And you do an analysis, okay, how much is going to cost me, right? And then you start working on it. Start working on it, and you test your schedule, right? And then you take it to the next level of launching your schedule, right? That's to yourself. But in a company, you can't do like that. You need to have idea generation as a team. You need to sort ideas. So one guy might click a brilliant idea, right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇහෙනවා ඇති රේඩියෝ එකේ යනවා හෙට දවසේ වීරයෝ අපි කියන සෝං එක සෙලින්කෝ එකේ මේ හෙට දවසේ වීරයෝ අපි මේ පුංචි අපි තමයි කියන සෝං එක new product idea generation team එකේ එක්කෙනෙක් suggest කරපු එක. අපි මේ වගේ එකක් කරොත් හොඳයි නේද? That's none other than Mr. Ravi Liyanage. Right? එතකොට Selinko VIP on the spot came from an individual in a group meeting, right? So there's a lot y'all can do, guys, and don't implement anything unless you screen it properly. So the theory says this is the structure. So if you look at one by one, let's go one by one. What is this idea generation is all about? The goal should be to generate many worthy ideas that can form the foundation for new product development strategy. The goal should be to generate many worthy ideas that can form the foundation for the new product development strategy, right? The major focus for stage one should be to arrange brainstorming sessions where solving customer problem is given precedence. This phase is not about generating foolproof ideas that they are ready for implement. No. So we gather around as a team and you say, okay, guys, let's throw some ideas. There's a product called 3M, right? 3M management teams goes out to a different destination and they have their brainstorming sessions for new product development, right? That's how you get sticky notes. You get all sorts of new products that is coming from 3M. So every company to grow, NPD process is key, and every employee is key, right? I used to go and ask from security guys. I used to go and ask from the sales force. I used to go and ask from HR division, right? Gather them and give some ideas. Right? So that's where the idea is being generated. And then you collect all these ideas and then you go to the next level, right? That is idea screening. But before that, you can have anything, like people will come out with various suggestions, right? But you need to qualify each of the listed problems. Now, what I use always, the 4U approach. The 4U approach is unworkable. Figure out whether the brainstorm product concepts will be address some real problems. Will the product be able to fill the existing customer experience gaps? And will product achieve product market fit? Now, this is absolutely key. Right? If it's not achieving the fit, the product market fit, leave it out. Right? Then the next U that I take, unavoidable, is the problem the product will address unavoidable to the extent that it becomes mandatory to comply. Right? It is necessary to find out whether solving that problem is a choice or a compulsion. Right? So it's up to you whether this idea cannot be avoided. I mean, if it is fitting to the market issue, if that can solve, then don't avoid it. Urgent. Is the problem urgent and is a solution highly demanded by the target market? So you need to think from the consumer's point of view. Am I solving his problem? I'll show you a classic example. Huh? And then undeserved. There are no available products that address the existing user problem. Look for the white space in the market and hold on to the idea that looks promising, right? Or look at the white space in the market. හොයාගන්න white space එක. අර idea එක දාලා බලන්න white space එකට. White space එකට plug වෙනවනම් keep it up. Keep it there and develop it, right? Right. So it's undeserved. So these are some of the tactics that I use, thought of sharing with you. then coming up with possible solutions. If a problem has been identified, it is time to look for possible solutions. Life එකෙත් ඒකයි වෙන්නේ. problem එක identify කරලා narrow down කරලා බලන්න solution එක තියෙන තැන. අත ළඟ solutions තියෙනවා. In every new product development courses, it happens. People try to walk all over the place, but the answer is just near to you. For every user problem, that ought to be potential new product development opportunities. So don't miss it. See, narrowing down problems and solutions. එකපාරට ප්‍රශ්න වලට උත්තර හොයන්න යන්න එපා. හොයන්න අමාරුයි. It took me 1 year after I rejoined Malibans. It took me 1 year to understand what was the real problem in a particular brand. That is what you eat today, Smart Cream Cracker. I'm the man behind that entire strategy. And it was very hard to hit the competitor. Very, very, absolutely hard to hit him. But we did it. We broke into his territory. Create a comparison chart that lists all shortlisted problems and solutions. And I did it, right? I narrowed down and I found, okay, this is where the problem is. ඊට කලින් launches after launches කළා තිබ්බා. Some 300 million was lost. 200 million was lost. But when I took over in 2009 after my recall, I didn't have any budget. I'm the first head of marketing in Sri Lanka, I think, had a major launch with just 1 million rupees. Right? Everyone said you can't do that, but I did it because I narrowed the problem. I narrowed down the problem. I narrowed down the solution, and I saw what's in it, and then the rest is a cakewalk. Stage 2. Okay, now you need to screen the idea. You have loads of ideas being thrown, but you need to now screen the idea. The new product development stage revolves around choosing the one idea with the highest potential for success. Now you need to select that one idea, not 2 or 3. That one idea that gives you profitable outcome, even in your life, right? Select that one idea that takes you through, right? That's what I did when it comes to marriage. Today is my 17 years of marriage, anniversary, right? I selected that one person to take my life through, right? Many will be there, but that one particular person who can take your life through, just like that, guys. Select that one little idea that can take your entire company to a multi-million-dollar company, right? Put all these ideas available on the table for internal review. That is, turn to people with industry knowledge and experience in the field for idea screening, right? So I hired the agency. I told lab assistants to lab engineers to engineers to come and see whether this idea is great, and they said yes, it will work. I was fighting with the sales head. You should buy this idea, otherwise we'll miss the bus. So screen the idea. Second stage. Stage 3. Now you have an idea, and now you need to develop a concept. Idea එක අදහස concept එකක් විදිහට හරව ගන්නවා. ඒක තමයි අමාරුම එක. Right? How you're going to turn this idea into a concept. Right? ඔයාගේ ඔළුවට එක එක අදහස් එනවනේ. You get zillions of ideas to your head, but turn those ideas into a concept, and then you can test it. Do a little small pilot by thinking the competitors, right? Because normally I don't allow test launch to be done because the competitors get to know who you are. Before starting the new product development process, build a detailed version of the idea, and the user story should be prioritized. Now, team, always remember, these are theory. හැබැයි මේක ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරද්දී ඉක්මනින් මේ දේ වෙනවා, right? And I'll prove you. This value proposition evaluation, the first step towards concept development and testing, right? Value proposition කියන එකත් මම ඔයගලන්ට කියලා දෙන්න. ඒකත් කරන්න පුළුවන් when you're doing the concept development, right? A value proposition කියන එක මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට example එකක් පෙන්නන්න how it can work for you, right? And then you can do a little test. Testing කරන්න පුළුවන් methods ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා, right? I'll tell you. So hold on there, right? Okay. Right. Then quantify gain and pain ratio. A business need to create an insightful picture of the product from the user's perspective. This can be achieved by calculating the gain pain ratio. It's not rocket science. If I throw this idea, if I develop this idea, what do I gain? What's the pain I'm going to go through? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. It's in rupees, in terms of rupees and cents. What I'm going to gain in terms of customers, what I'm going to get in terms of brand equity, what I'm going to get, right? So again, benefits of the product for the customers, what customer is going to get, what is it in for them? Pain, the effort made by the customer to understand and use the product. So if the idea doesn't fit into the consumer's gap or the market, that white patch, customers won't buy your idea. Now I'll show you a classic example. Conducting a computer analysis. So you have to know who's your competitor is. I have digged down even my competitor camp, who's employed, what are their qualifications, where their whereabouts, where they walk, what time they play golf, what time they do their boozing. Is he a boozer? Is he into fitness? So I knew about my competitor in detail. කොච්චරක් distributor strength එක තියනවද, කොච්චරක් දුරට outlets තියනවද, මේ ඔක්කොම entire thing I knew. Everywhere I went, everywhere I even go right now, my first task is to know your competitor, know your customer, every detail, minute detail. Don't talk to a customer if you don't know about the customer. You need to get to know your customer 300% to get that customer towards you. Know your competitor. You need to know you can be at any level. My success is immaterial the level that I am. I need to know who's my competitor, who's my customer. That is the Bible phrase for my success, right? And when you start digging in what is this competitor is all about, you get to know where they are lacking, right? Where's the scope for improvement, existing white space in the market. You get to know. ඒකට ඇඟෙන්ම එන්න ඕන එක, right? Then you get to know, okay, then the game is absolutely easy, right? So there'll be plenty of facts to go through, but I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go to stage 4. Now you know your idea, you have screened it, and you have done a concept. Marketing strategy is all about drafting a way to reach out to the targeted audience. Right. Marketing strategy is nothing about bringing rupees to the organization, is to reach the target audience properly. Then automatically the money will flow in. Perhaps the best and the most straightforward method is to follow McCarthy's 4 P's of marketing for new product development projects. So that's very simple. You put product, price, place, promotion. You list out the meaning and the purpose, and there you have the marketing strategy in your hand. ලොකු plan අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. Market එකට ඕන කරන්නේ මේක. When idea is being screened, everyone approved the idea. Now we are going to take a risk. And it's going to fit in product. You need to develop the product properly, decide the price, decide what's going to be the promotions, design the distribution strategy, design the approach, right? Brand it properly and give it to the customer, right? Then your product will definitely sell. So you develop the strategy and then you develop the product. When the new product development idea is in place, the market strategy is documented, and the business analysis is completed, it is time to move on with the product lifecycle development process. The new product development starts with developing the prototype, followed by MVP. I'll tell you what is MVP. Now, prototyping, guys, this is the most critical stage. You need to develop the prototype until the consumer says, yes, this is what I want. නිකම් බොරුවට products හදලා දාන්න එපා. ideas දාන්න එපා market එකට fail වෙනවා. Right? මොකද හේතුව consumer ඕන දේ නෙමෙයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. හැමතිස්සෙම try hard to give what the consumer wants. Don't do what you want. Do what he wants, the consumer. Right? Find the niche, attack to the niche. Takkala hariyana. Right? So develop the prototype. There are a lot of ways to develop prototypes. In my company, we saw how product came through. In Nalibans, we saw how product came through, and in other companies, we develop prototypes, which is 3-dimensional prototypes, right? So those are called rapid prototyping, and you can see it from yourself, from your eyes. Okay, this is the product that's going to be in my hands. This is the product that's going to be that's going to rock the consumer, right? Minimum viable product, the MVP. The focuses on working on the user stories in agile for new product that will set in, right? That will set it apart from others. Once the design, development, and testing are done, the minimum viable product is launched in the market with minimal features. The feature iteration depends on the initial response. Now, this is kind of tricky area. Like I told you, I never advise a prototype to be tested in the market, right? Because the competitor will get to know. But there are other ways to test the prototype. That is called target audience testing. You can hire the best research agency in Sri Lanka, right? And you can get secret research done with the target audience, right? You can do that. That's one way of doing it. So then your competitor is unaware of what you're testing. And prototype. This focus on creating UI UX for the product, user experience, user interface. So user experience, product strategy, user reach, information architecture, testing and iteration, then UI, user interface, color theory, typography, design pattern, interactive and animations. And in the Venn diagram, what is common is empathy, collaboration, design thinking, and prototyping. So guys, this prototyping is a brilliant science, believe me. You'll love this if you get into it. I can remember at 4 a.m. in the morning, I used to go and check prototypes in the production line. In every company that I work, I love to see the prototype first because I can see my concept coming through, right? So prototyping is important. Also, stage 6, we move into development. Once the MVP is ready, effort shifts from development to deploying the product in the live environment. This process involves embracing the development operations culture and implementing the CI/CD pipeline. So CI/CD is integration and continuous delivery, right? Continuous integration and continuous delivery. Let me see. Yeah, continuous integration and continuous delivery. Now, this is where your factory people come in, your TQA strategy comes in, your Kaizen strategy will come in, and then it has to be developed and delivered continuously without dropping the product quality, right? So CI/CD and development operations goes together. And I have experienced that everywhere I went, how smoothly these two goes in. Once the deployment happens, right, you will see your product coming out. And guys, you need to put your 300% effort to get this product the way the consumer wants. Now, then you're done with the product, done with your marketing strategy and your business analysis. Now you need to get into the market entry, commercialization. Now this can be regional, this can be all island, this can be first you or selected. You can launch it to the Western province, you can launch it to the Central province, or you can go all island. So market entry has to be justified. There has to be so much research done and justifiable entry and the way you are doing it. Commercialization is an umbrella term that entails varied strategies to ensure the success of the new product. Here is what commercialization includes. If all the mentioned strategies fall right in place, nothing can stop a product from getting attention and being a product market fit. Here are some most do marketing activities that will help the product gain traction. Now that is very important. Yeah. So what are the benefits of this NPD whole process? Help check the technical feasibility of the idea, ensure faster time to market, effectively address the consumer need, multiples the chances of success, reduce technical technical debt, better management of the feature creep, right? Negates the opportunity cost. So these are fundamentals of benefits that's going to come from uh, NPD. Okay, I was talking about rapid prototyping. Now this is very technical, guys. Huh? So just take the idea and you can do research over YouTube and Google. What is rapid prototyping? So this is what I went through. It is the process of developing prototype as fast as possible to emulate a final product design. It is a series of techniques used to model a scale prototype of a physical component or an assembly using CAD data. ඔගොල්ලෝ දැකලා ඇති condominiums එම හදනකොට ඒකේ prototype එකක් හදලා පෙන්නනවා. Right? You all have seen it. දැන් මම product එකක් launch කරන්න යනකොට මම designer ට කියනවා මේකේ 3D version එකක් හදන්න කියලා. 3D version එකක් හැදුවේ නැත්නම් මට එන්නේ නැහැ ඔළුවට packaging design එක කොහොමද මම කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. If the product is going to be new, මම designer ට කියනවා මේ product එකේ prototype එකක් හදලා පෙන්නන්න මට මේ කොහොමද එන්නේ නැවෙන්නේ කොහෙන්ද කැඩෙන්නේ කොහෙන්ද හපන්න ඕනේ කොතනින්ද. If it is motorbikes, Indians, TVS Motors India, they used to send us so much of prototypes or rapid prototype designs for us to gauge the consumer entry. අපි ඒව අරගෙන ලොකු ස්ක්‍රීන් එකට දාලා selected consumers ලා trustworthy consumers ලා set එකක් ඉන්නවා අපේ research වලට ඒගොල්ලන්ට පෙන්නනවා ඒක. ඒගොල්ලන්ගෙන් ideas අරන් තමයි දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා ඇති market එකේ තියෙනවා TVS එකෙන් launch කරපු අන්තිම product එක TVS Ntorq කියන එක. The Ntorq came to Sri Lanka with rapid prototype definition එක. අපි දැක්කා ඒක මෙහෙට එන්න කලින් අපි දැක්කා ඒක. ඒ හදලත් නැහැ ඒක ඒ වෙනකොට. But we saw and we approved it. So they quickly assembled it and then send it to Sri Lanka. So rapid prototyping is that, guys. Taggala ඒ වෙලාවෙම CAD වලින් හදනවා computer aided designing වලින් හදලා product එක බලන්න හැකියි. Texture එකත් ඔයාලට feel කරන්න පුළුවන්. So that is rapid prototyping, right? And if I dig into bit of like more technical side, different types of rapid prototyping. Stereolithography, SLA කියලා කියනවා. Stereolithography was the first successful technique used for commercial 3D printing. It is a rapid prototyping process that is fast and less costly. It uses solidified photosensitive liquid to develop a prototype design layer by layer. The liquid is often solidified using a computer generated UV light. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is selective laser sintering. SLS help in both plastic and metal prototyping. With the help of PowerBed, it builds a prototype layer by layer using laser to heat and sediment the powdered substance. So these are various ways of rapid prototyping, right? And if you look at further, fuse deposition modeling, FDM. FDM is a less expensive and easy to use process. It is found in most non-industrial 3D desktop. A spool of thermoplastic filament is melted and resulting liquid is layered to create a 3D design. Now guys, at 6:30 p.m. in the day, I'm talking heavy duty, what do you call technical terms, which is kind of difficult to creep into your brain, but that's okay. But use these terms and Google it or do a YouTube and see what are these prototyping styles. These are very common, which even I have used. But for you all, it might be too technical, but I need to tell you what is this rapid prototyping is. Okay, once again, benefits of rapid prototyping: realize new concept and idea faster through the tangible product. Innovate rapid prototyping and new product development. Innovate concepts and ideas from end user and team feedback before final product. Right, that's the only particular position where you get ideas before the final product. Right, it's trade form and fit of the design faster. You can check the fit, the market fit. I'll take you through. Effective functionality troubleshooting, thus reducing risk because the team agrees and team launch the product. So it reduces risk because you have done so much research before the launch. Decrease product design and development time and cost because you have enough and more data to back up, right? So guys, this is a very short lecture of NPD. This is the framework that works for me, works across the globe. Theoretically, yes, and I will now show you a case study. We have 1 hour as to how I turn around a brand. Any questions before I go to my next presentation? Any question that comes to your mind? Anything you can ask. This is the new product development process. I mean, you guys knows this, but let's see how it works in practice. Idea generation, idea screening, concept development and testing, market strategy development, business analysis, product development, right? Test marketing and commercialization. Guys, any questions? We're exactly at 1 hour. Ranga, any questions? Any questions, guys? Okay, come out with any questions. I'll give you 5 minutes and let me get some water for myself. Okay, no questions. Can I move to the next case study so that y'all can be refreshed and spend the rest of the evening?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dimit. Right. Okay, I'm going to stop recording because this has very sensitive data, which I can't record it and store because I'm not permitted to do that. I hope you guys won't get concerned about it. So I'm going to stop the recording for the time being. Right? Let's see. Okay, let me